Is it cheaper to DIY your own furniture or to buy from a store? Let's find out. But first, let's take a look at the sofa table my wife wanted to buy from the store. Pretty cool, right? But it was going to cost nearly $5,000 for the size. And here's the space we're going to do it in. I got measuring and figured out this is going to be huge. But does size matter? Let's ask my wife. Ugh, this is awkward. Let's move on. Using dimensional lumber from the construction store, we're going to get busy. But I needed to make a template first. This was going to be for the dovetail portion of this table. That was either going to make this project or break it. And I continued with chopping all the wood up because I needed to get it into manageable portions. After I milled it, I had one leg and another. But I needed to do further flattening on it because it was a bit wonky. But I know what you're thinking. Let's talk numbers. We already went over how much it was going to cost to buy this piece in the store, which was $5,000 before shipping and taxes for the size that we needed. I mean, that was outrageous, am I right? I'm just the working class. Where's the working class furniture store? Since when in life did inflation get so expensive and through the roof? To buy a simple table in a furniture store was going to cost $5,000. This is crazy. But pushing these blocks through the planer, this was a struggle. And I was beginning to doubt myself on this project, thinking, am I going to pull this off? Sometimes when you start these DIY projects, you could be really insecure or not confident with your skills or your technique. And I gotta say, I was really feeling that right about now. This part of the build was for the tabletop portion. I'm gluing them up and getting ready to clamp them down. And while we give this glue time to cure and set up, let's get back to my DIY cost. The lumber, the glue, the screws, everything from A to Z cost me a smidge more than $110. Are you kidding? I mean, that's a savings of more than $4,000. Wow! But I know what you're thinking. So what? What are you going to do with that savings? Well, I had a plan, and it was to buy a new truck. After all, I am a carpenter and I need one badly. I mean, geez, take a look at my beater. I've had this vehicle for a long time. The handle's broken, the seats are ripped, the dashboard is cracked from carrying lumber, and it's destroyed from working materials. I mean, it's time. So I got busy going to car dealerships and looking at quotes online. And again, inflation slapped me in the face like a bad hangover early in the morning. Since when did it become acceptable for a new car payment to be over $1,000 a month? What? Over $1,000 a month? No, thank you. So for now, I guess I'm going to keep driving my beat-up beater until the day the wheels fly off. Let's get back to the table build. Inflation's got me bummed out. Oh yeah, I've been using that template this whole time in the video to flush trim this process for the dovetails, and now it's time to see if it fits. Come on, baby. Yes, that side went in. How about the other? Pop that side, little elbow grease. Okay, this is coming together. But this thing is big. But if you remember the original one from the store, that thing was like an elephant-sized table. So I needed to compensate for that and beef up the sides of this top. This is how I'm going to do it. Now, the most important part, in my experience anyway, to building a piece of furniture is the finish. It doesn't matter how awesome you build the piece. If the finish sucks, the piece sucks. Now, I'm using an angle grinder and a wire wheel. What I'm trying to do is remove the soft grain from the wood and retain the hard grain. This will give it that old, aged, weathered look. And this is going to be critical because that wood in the furniture store looked old. So I need this to look old. And this is just going to be the natural process of doing it. I'm adding some stain, and this is not really going to be the color, as I'm going to come back and paint over the top of this. This will create an aged shadow effect, kind of like a old, weathered, seaworthy boat dock. It's got undertones of browns and grays just popping through, and it just looks awesome, right? Well, this is my process, and this is how I'm doing it. So far, my plan is working out pretty well. $110 to build this piece of furniture is huge if you ask me. And buying it and spending $5,000, that seems absurd. But since no one's asking me, we'll just move forward with the second layer of paint. You can see how it's starting to come together. And you can still see that dark brown popping through in some of the low parts of the grain. That's that old weathered effect. Nice, right? Now let's take a look at this thing before I move it into my house. This is going to be really cool. And here it is in the space. I mean, I pulled it off. Those dovetails, the finish, This thing looks like aged lumber, although it was fresh 2x6s from a hardware store. I really nailed it. I'm really proud of myself. My wife loves it, and she's already decorated it. Would you DIY it?
Hey Ted and the rest of the team over at Ted's Woodworking. It's John here from the UK, and I can't thank you enough for the plans. I can build things now that I never thought possible for me to do and make them look good. If I had to boil it down to just one single moment, I think the catalyst that started my woodworking journey, it would be the time when I purchased Ted's collection of plans. All I can say is, if you have ever wanted to get into woodworking and didn't know where to start, this is the package to get. You'll find plans to almost any project that you can think of, which makes it very easy to get started.